Most dental clinics believe they're losing patients because they need more marketing, more ads, more traffic, more leads. But in many cases, that's not the real problem. The real problem is much simpler and much more expensive. Most dental clinics don't lose patients because of poor service. They don't lose patients because their treatments aren't good enough. And they don't lose patients because patients aren't interested. They lose patients because they fail to follow up. A patient reaches out, shows interest, asks questions, maybe even requests information about treatment. And then, silence. No follow up, no reminder, no second conversation, no system bringing them back. And just like that, a potential patient disappears. The worst part? Most clinics never even realize it happened because lost opportunities rarely announce themselves. They simply fade away, quietly, day after day, week after week, month after month, and that one mistake can cost a clinic thousands of dollars in lost revenue every single month. In this video, I'm going to show you why most dental clinics fail at follow-ups, what actually happens behind the scenes when patients disappear, why so many opportunities are lost after the first interaction, and most importantly, how to build a simple follow-up system that helps recover patients automatically. Make sure you stay until the end because this is one of the easiest problems to fix in a dental clinic, yet one of the most expensive problems to ignore. Let's start with a simple truth. Most patients do not book during the first interaction. Think about your own buying behavior. When people are considering a service, especially something related to healthcare, they often need time, they ask questions, they compare options, they think about cost, they check schedules, they discuss decisions with family members, and sometimes they simply get distracted. This is normal human behavior, yet many clinics operate as if every patient should book immediately. And when they don't, the clinic does nothing. That's where the problem begins. Imagine a patient contacts your clinic. They send a message asking about dental implants, or Invisalign, or teeth whitening. Maybe they call and ask about pricing. Maybe they fill out a website form. At that moment, they are interested. They've already taken action. They've already raised their hand. They've already entered your world, but they don't book immediately. And then nothing happens. No reminder, no follow-up message, no helpful information, no second attempt to reconnect. The conversation simply ends, and eventually the patient moves on, not because they weren't interested, but because nobody guided them forward. This is where clinics lose the most money because these aren't cold leads. These aren't random people who have never heard of your clinic. These are warm opportunities, people who already showed interest, people who already engaged, people who were already considering treatment. Losing a warm lead is far more expensive than failing to attract a new one because you've already done the hard part. You've already earned their attention. The follow-up is what turns attention into appointments. Unfortunately, many clinic owners believe something that simply isn't true. They assume if the patient was serious, they would come back. But that's not how people behave. People forget. People get busy. People postpone decisions. People become distracted. Life gets in the way. And sometimes, all they need is a simple reminder, a simple message, a simple follow-up, something that brings them back into the conversation. The clinics that understand this recover opportunities. The clinics that ignore it lose opportunities. So why do follow-ups fail in the first place? After working with clinics and analyzing patient journeys, 3 major problems appear again and again. Problem number 1, there is no system. Follow-ups happen randomly. Sometimes they happen, sometimes they don't. Everything depends on the situation, and random processes create random results. Problem number 2, everything depends on staff memory. Someone writes a note, someone says they'll follow up later, someone plans to call tomorrow, but clinics are busy environments. Patients arrive, phones ring, messages come in, emergencies happen, and eventually the follow-up gets forgotten. Not because the team doesn't care, but because humans are not designed to remember hundreds of follow-up tasks consistently. Problem number 3, there is no consistency. Some leads receive multiple follow-ups, others receive none. Some patients get a response within minutes. Others wait days. Without consistency, opportunities are lost, and lost opportunities mean lost revenue. This is why the highest performing clinics think differently. They don't treat follow-up as a task, they treat follow-up as a system. And that's a huge difference. Tasks depend on people. Systems create consistency. Tasks are easy to forget. Systems continue running. Tasks stop when people get busy. Systems keep working. That's why automation is so powerful, not because it replaces people, but because it supports people. Let's look at how to fix this. Step 1, capture every lead. You can't follow up with something you never tracked. Every phone call, every website form, every WhatsApp message, every Facebook inquiry, every text message, every opportunity should be recorded inside one system. Because if a lead disappears, you need to know exactly where it disappeared. Visibility creates control, and control creates growth. Step 2, follow up quickly. Speed matters a lot. The longer you wait, the colder the lead becomes. If a patient doesn't book immediately, the follow up process should begin automatically. A simple message can keep the conversation alive. A quick check in, a helpful reminder, a question. The goal isn't pressure, the goal is connection, because conversations create appointments. Step 3, build a follow up sequence. 1. Follow up message is rarely enough. Most clinics either send one message or send nothing at all. Both approaches fail. Instead, create a sequence, a structured series of touch points, a message after the initial inquiry, another message later, another reminder after that. Each message serves a purpose. Each message moves the patient one step closer to booking, and together, they dramatically increase conversion rates. Step 4, keep it simple. One of the biggest mistakes clinics make is overcomplicating communication. Patients don't want long paragraphs. Patients don't want complicated instructions. Patients want clarity, simple messages, simple language, simple next steps, and a simple way to book. The easier you make the process, the more patients move forward. Now imagine this system running every day. Every lead is captured. Every inquiry is tracked. Every patient receives follow-up. Every conversation stays active. Instead of losing opportunities, you recover them. Instead of wondering what happened to leads, you know exactly where they are. And instead of constantly chasing more traffic, you generate more results from the traffic you already have. This is where the transformation happens. When clinics improve follow-ups, they don't just increase bookings, they recover patients they were already losing. They improve conversion rates, they improve patient communication, they improve scheduling consistency, and they create a more predictable business. The biggest difference between average clinics and top performing clinics isn't always lead generation. Often, it's lead management. Both clinics may receive similar inquiries, but one clinic follows up consistently, the other doesn't. One clinic has a system, the other relies on memory. And over time, that difference becomes enormous. The clinics that rely on memory continue losing patients. The clinics that rely on systems continue growing, because systems create consistency. Consistency creates trust. Trust creates appointments, and appointments create revenue. So here's a question. How many leads contacted your clinic last month but never booked? And how many of those could still become patients with the right follow-up process? Because hidden inside those unanswered conversations may be your biggest growth opportunity. If you want to build a follow-up system that automatically nurtures leads, re-engages interested patients, and converts more inquiries into appointments, comment AI below or check the link in the description, and I'll show you exactly how to build it step by step, from lead capture to follow-up automation to conversion tracking to appointment booking. Because growth isn't always about getting more leads. Sometimes it's about finally following up with the leads you already have.